You know, everybody says you should move to Frisco. Like, if you're coming to DFW, Frisco is the place to be. But let's be honest, it's overpriced, overcrowded, and I think overdone, right? I think there's a ton of other places I would look and consider. And if I was buying in today's market and I was buying new construction, Frisco would not be the pick for me. However, I do have like 5 or 6 places that I would give you as my picks for buying new construction. I'm tell you why I like them, and these are honestly the places that are. I'm having lots of conversations with clients that reach out to us, and it's kind of what's driving this conversation, right? If we haven't met before, my name is Zach. My team and I, we sell new construction real estate here in DFW. Whether it's buying off builders' inventory or building from the ground up, that's what we're here to help with. So I'm going to put the map. It's going to be fun. We got the map over there. I'm going to give you a couple different areas. We're going to go kind of all over the map. Why we like these areas. What we're hearing from our clients directly as we're talking about these different cities, these different communities. Show you some good deals, show you some things that you might need to consider if whether you're here in DFW or you're trying to get to DFW. But let's go get it started. I think you're gonna have fun. And the last one I've got for you, let me look back at my notes. The last one I think is one of those places that nobody's talking about right now. And if we get there, like if you're open to it, I think you could find some really amazing potential out there. So let's go to the board and have a little fun. All right, we've got the map pulled up. Let's see what we can find. So I've got a handful of areas that I think I would like show you. I've got my notes. So everybody keeps telling me like, hey, we're gonna, everybody wants to be in the Frisco area, but really and truthfully, you probably don't. Prices are overinflated. There's too much going on. Like, yeah, there's cool stuff up there. You can drive to it. Like that's kind of the big deal. Drive to it, don't go there. So people ask me, they're like, Zach, where do we go? What do we look for? Here's kind of the criteria we look at. We want, good, safe schools. We're not looking for fixer-uppers. We're not looking for projects that, people are working on. We sell new construction. That's kind of what we're talking about. So we're kind of trying to figure out the areas where people are buying those things. So good schools, safe areas, trails, bike paths, playgrounds in neighborhoods, good places to raise family, long-term growth for the value, for the money, good quality builders. That's a big one with me. I only want you buying from a good quality builder, room to grow and not priced out of the market. That's kind of the qualities and criteria. Like as we have these conversations with clients, with you guys, whether you're here or trying to get here, those are kind of the things that we hear consistently. So based on what we hear, I want to show you kind of what we show our clients on where they should go, give you a couple of ideas, make it fun. If you need to be north, like if you're like, hey, we think we wanted Frisco, but we're really not sure. A lot of people ends up in this area right here. Prosper, Celina, pros and cons to both. Here's what I'll say. Prosper, kind of a little bit more established, which has pushed the pricing a little bit higher. Similar like what we're seeing in Frisco. So I don't know if I touched that. Prosper ISD is considered to be absolutely elite when it comes to school districts in DFW. A lot of people want to be there. It's going to have an expensive price tag on it, and it's probably going to start in the 800s or more. Let's just go take a look and see. We're only going to look at quality builders, and just because I only show you these builders doesn't mean these are the only quality ones. But I'm not going to Houston. Definitely not doing that. You don't want to do that. It's too humid. So Prosper, lots of growth, lots of money. Could do it. I think personally, if I was doing between Prosper and Celina, I think I would go to Celina. There's a little bit more room, and I'm going to show you on the map. There's a little bit more room to expand, a little bit more things that are coming. It feels newer, feels younger, so you're getting a little bit lower pricing, not a ton lower, but a little bit lower. And I think it comes out a little bit better in the long term, but I want to show you both. So up here, we're in Prosper, one of the neighborhoods people love, Starview, all homes starting at $1 million. Star Trail, so 55-foot lots starting at $790 and then pushing upwards into that $1 million. So yeah, you're gonna spend, let's just see, quick move-ins. Only thing they've got one under $1 million, and it's only $10,000 under $1 million. So Prosper's gonna cost you, but if we do some of the similar homes and we go upwards into Celina, I'm gonna just go back to the map real quick. I wanna show you, because I'm gonna make a bold statement. And anybody that lives here knows that I'm probably not wrong, but this right here, this is 380. Here's what I'm gonna tell you about 380. 380, S-U-C-K-S. Every time I drive on it and I'm going across 380, it's awful. There is so much traffic, there's so much construction. I think the official mascot of 380 is an excavator, because they're always doing road expansion. So the good and bad about this is if you live up here, and you're not trying to like leave this area, because really and truthfully, you don't really need to leave because you've got tons of options along 380, HEB, restaurants, hospitals, all the stuff. It's like if you're not trying to get in and out and leave, you're probably okay. If you're trying to commute in and out of there or trying to get into there, it is not fun. Every time I go up there, I'm like, this is not fun, but you know, we do it. So that's 380. Up here in Celina, I think I would go there. I think there's a couple options of places I would look. One of the communities I would consider would be this one right here, North Sky. And specifically, I would go Perry in this neighborhood. That would be kind of my choice in home builders in North Sky. Let's just go take a look and see. Do I have them pulled up? I don't. Let's pull them up here. We'll come back to this. North Sky. Okay, they're opening a new phase. They've got 55 and 65 foot lots. I think, like I said, if I was going to Celina, this would be one of the areas that I would consider. Dog park, playground, parks, pools, pavilions, homes from the 550. Let's just take a look and see what we're working with. So first one, move-in ready, 599, 5 bed, 4 bath, 2 stories, 2,900 square feet, 599, before we ever talk any more incentives or things. So that would be one I would consider. Another option I would take a look at in Celina would be Laterra, specifically with Pace Setter, to kind of get a feel for what they've got going. Let's just see. Oh, ooh, I didn't see that pop up. Can I, 299 fixed rate inventory, or a 299 321 buy down with a 599 long-term fixed. I love it when builders advertise stuff like that. Makes these moves work. Where is Laterra? There we go. Okay, this would be one that I would consider. A little bit larger home sites. And look at this, in Celina. Okay, we got it. Go away, thank you, love you, mean it. Larger home sites, 4 bed or 3 bed, 2 bath, 2,100 square feet at 469 in Celina. That market is going to appreciate like crazy. I think it's going to continue to expand and continue to boom. I would really consider Celina kind of up in that northern part that's getting ready to grow. If you want to stay up north, I would, want to stay up north and you're wanting to go a little west, I would consider coming over into this area. This is like Aubrey, Little Elm, Oak Point, some really good options in there. If you've got a little bit more money to spend budget-wise, you could look at a community called Sandbrook Ranch. That has a lot of really great builders in there. It kind of rivals Windsong Ranch, which is one of those massive master plan communities. So you could look there. You could look in Union Square, which is a big, massive neighborhood. Bloomfield's in there, Tri-Point's in there. I would probably stick with Bloomfield in that neighborhood, personal opinion. Spiritus Ranch is down this way. If you wanted, oh, that was weird. How to do that? If you wanted to live like actually on Lake Louisville, let me show you this. So Pacesetter has another community that might make sense up that way. And this is the reserve at Spiritus Ranch. They've got some larger home sites. They actually have some that back up directly to the lake. If you wanted to buy or build, we'll stay on their site. Let's go right here, the reserve at Spiritus Ranch. Let's see, quick move-ins. Show me what you got. Show me. Okay, we know. We seen it. 384, 1,500 square feet. 669 at 3,500 square feet. So you've got options up there. Perry's got a new neighborhood in there. Highland has a new, hello. Highland has a new one is it Oak Ridge right there? What's it called? Yeah, Wild Ridge. Wild Ridge, this would be a new neighborhood if you're trying to build and get started in a neighborhood and you want to be in Aubrey. I would consider this one, like I said, Union Park. On the map, to show you, let's clear it out real quick. Clear. Let's just come right. Can we drop a little pin? Street view. Boom. Here we go. Told you. Look, construction is the name of the game up there. It's all along 380 because there is so much growth and expansion kind of going in that space. Construction. Can we see the mascot? Is it there? Yep, it's right. Look at that. Told you, that's the mascot of 380. So Prosper, Celina, Aubrey, some options. I got one more on the north side that I'm gonna save for a little bit because it's a little special. We'll go back to that. Let's keep going a little west, and I wanna show you a new neighborhood, new area that might, how do we get out of this? Get back to this, go back. That might be a fit if you're looking for something that's got maybe a little quieter, not as developed, it's working and it's gonna grow, but it doesn't feel that crazy. If you want something like that, this next one might be for you. So this has kind of got that high-end feel without being, can I say pretentious? Is that like, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but kind of got the high-end feel without being way up there, super crazy. This is Argyle. You know exactly, where's Argyle? I'm glad you asked, I'll show you. It's right here on the map. So Argyle, Justin, Northlake, you're kind of south of Denton, kind of on the North Fort Worth side. Some really cool neighborhoods going in here. Harvest, Tree Line, Pecan Square, awesome opportunities there. There's a lot of land to expand, grow, and develop. Let's see, I know Highland's got some stuff going on out that way. What is it, Harvest and Tree Line could be some good options to take a look at if you're considering going out that way. Pecan Square, look at that. Homes on 50-foot lots from the 520s. Some great opportunities in Argyle. So I think this is one of those places it's got a good growing school district. And this is kind of like, I would call this perfect for like a hybrid remote work somebody. Or if you're saying, hey, maybe, you know, you're like, we work in like this section. Or let's just say we work, you know, there. I would commute from up there to like right in there. That would kind of be probably, if I worked and lived on that side, that would be where we would look, is that North Fort Worth, so Argyle, Justin, Northlake area, and get in on some great pricing before it went a little nuts. I'm gonna pause really quick because I can see it. My camera is yelling at me that it's about to die. I don't wanna lose you guys in the middle of this video, so let me take a quick pause. You're just gonna see this in editing, and we'll be right back, so hold on. Okay, we're back. Y'all didn't see anything. Y'all just saw us go through editing, which is fine. All right, back on the screen. So like I said, if I was working in this area, I think I would make that commute. I've got, what do we got? What else is in my notes? I did those. I got two more to the north. I want to sell one of these. Let's go. I'm gonna save. I've got one I'm gonna save till the end because I don't talk about it a lot. But so let's go. Let's actually go back up north a little bit, but let's go even further north. And specifically, I want to go to Melissa. So right here. So this right here. This is 75. Actually, that was terrible. Let me redraw that. So 75 comes directly back down into the heart of DFW. So 75 McKinney, Allen, Plano kind of comes down, and there is this was all the growth of the like early 2000s. This next one, Melissa, is one of those places that I think could be a secret, like there's a lot of cool things going on in Melissa that I would consider. Some people call it the next McKinney. I don't know that I would call it that. But there's some really neat, affordable things in some cool communities. The school district is growing. They're spending lots of money in like bonds and growing the district. So I might consider Melissa at 70% of the price of what McKinney is. Well, maybe let's test my theory. Is it 70%? It's probably not 70. That's a false exaggeration. Let's see. Here, I'll do it like this. I can do it this way. So we'll do an apples to apples comparison with one builder and just see what it would look like being in McKinney versus being in Melissa. I will tell you, one of the things people tell me about Melissa, and every time I go up there, I don't believe it. Let me state this. I know this thing exists. I don't believe the byproduct to be true, but I could be. If you live up there, would love if you tell me down in the comments. So there is a landfill that is in Melissa, and people ask me about that, and they're like, "Oh, well, we hear this is a thing," and I'm like, every time I go up there, I've never smelled. I've never known it to be an issue, and anybody that's ever bought with me in Melissa has never like long-term said, "Zach, this was awful. We wish we wouldn't have done that." I know people ask about that, but there is growth going on that 75 corridor, and I just want to see. So Bloomfield, another solid option builder that I do like. So this, out of curiosity, this is Painted Tree. This is in McKinney. Let's just see what Bloomfield's showing there. And then we're gonna run up to Melissa and pick up another community to see what that's gonna look like. So Painted Tree, cheapest home I can find in McKinney with Bloomfield at Painted Tree is $625. So 2,098 square feet, 4-bed, 3-bath, $625. Same builder. Let's go a little bit more north. Let's go a little north into Melissa, and let's look at, I think is it this one? Yeah, I want Legacy. Right. I'm just curious, and I haven't pre-looked at this, so I'm kind of curious to see if it actually is a cheaper buy than buying in McKinney. Because I think it's, yup, look at that. Got our buddy Leroy, 549, almost the exact same house, a little bit more square footage, 549, 589. Yeah, so if you're wanting something a little bit quieter that's going to grow, I don't know if it's gonna be the next McKinney or not, Melissa would be a good buy. Next one, if we stay north, let's keep going. We're not going all the way to Oklahoma, I promise. But let's go to Van Alstyne. I think there's some really neat stuff in Van Alstyne, and this is one of those places where if you're wanting some acreage stuff, there's a good builder, there's a couple builders that have some acreage stuff that would be in that 6, 7, almost 8, maybe not 8, but like on acreage style plans. If you're commuting all the way back down south into the Metroplex, I don't know that I would do that, but if you're like working in this area or you're commuting, let's just say you got a job, you're coming here because you work for the new Toyota headquarters, right? And one of the neighborhoods we would look at would be Mantua. You live in Mantua and you say, hey, Zach, I actually want to live in Mantua and we're going to go to Toyota headquarters. Let's just see how bad the drive is. $33 minutes, and the value of the money you're going to spend up here is going to be far better than anything you would find down in this circle for the money you're going to spend. It's another one of those areas that's growing. If you're working, TI is investing a ton in Sherman, so if you're working that way, Van Alstyne might be a really good buy. Builder-wise, let's look. We'll go back to the Pacesetter's got a new neighborhood coming in Van Alstyne. That's River Ridge. They're just breaking ground on that, so if you're looking for something that's getting started, give you a good opportunity, that would be a good place to start with them. In River Ridge, let's take a look and just see what it's going to show pricing wise. One community. Okay, we know. We've seen it. New homes, Van Alstyne. So they've got some stuff on the ground. Look at this one. This is one of my favorite floor plans with them. It's a new one. It's the Westlake. So this is a 4-bed, 1, 2, 3-bath. 4-bed, 2-bath, $490 in a brand new neighborhood. This could be a really great option up there. Highlands in Mantua, David Weekley's in Mantua. They're just opening a new phase. You could go look at that. So that would be my northern options. I've stuck around this long. I got two more. You can do 2 more. Let's go way, should we go south or should we go east? Actually, we're gonna let Siri decide. So I'm gonna flip a coin real quick. Heads, we go south. Tails, we go east. And either way, we're gonna cover both. Flip a coin. Heads, we go south. Okay. If I was going south and I was looking for an area that was gonna be a really good buy going south, I would pick Waxahachie. You want charm, you want that small town feel, you want good builder quality, more land, lower taxes. I think I would head south to Waxahachie, another area that's growing. It's got a lot of cool neighborhoods coming in. So this, you're like, Zach, where the hell is even Waxahachie at? It's like, well, right in here. This is Waxahachie. You are gonna have to drive. If you're wanting more like fancy restaurants, nice places to go, you're gonna drive coming back into Dallas. That is kind of one of the detractors of going down there. But if you want more space, like if you want to be away from neighbors and you want good schools and you want small town feel that not a lot of people know about yet, Waxahachie is where I would be. Specifically, there's a couple, like Elmwood is a custom builder, semi-custom builder doing some acreage stuff down there. That would be a really cool neighborhood. Highland just opened, couple new neighborhoods. that I would strongly, where'd they go? Right here, we'll do it like that. That I would strongly consider. Okay, while that's loading, we're having fun, guys. I appreciate y'all hanging out for this. So, would strongly consider, load. These neighborhoods, this first one I'm gonna show you is Ridge Crossing. So these are all 70-foot lots. We've shown you this model a couple videos. You can go find that one. So 70-foot lots. Let's just see. Look at that. 2,900 square feet, 4-bed, 3-bath on one floor, $599. Guys, that house in Celina is $800. So what I'm not telling you, check it out. I'm not telling you to live. I do not want you living here, the house, whatever, and trying to work up here. You will hate your life, and then you'll hate me because you'll be like, Zach, you didn't tell me. And be like, yeah, doing this or doing this is not fun. I don't want you doing that. But if you're, here and you're doing it to here, right there, or like right there, or whatever, or I don't know, wherever you work down there, wouldn't be that bad. Or if you're like hybrid and not commuting into the office every day, you could do that. But I would definitely consider Waxahachie would be one of my areas that would be like charming, quiet, and bang for the buck that is going to continue to grow. Would hit that one. Now, last one, I can't do one of these videos without talking about going east. Personally, a little bit biased to that. I like it that way. But I got to give you the Rockwall area. Here's why I like Rockwall. One, you got this like lake right here. So if you're looking for we're going to delete that. Sorry. That was bad. It's bad drawing. You're looking for like, hey, we want to go boating on the weekends. We want to hang out by the lake. You want strong schools, beautiful communities. Rockwall would be one of those places I would consider. Also, Rockwall proper is going to have some of the lowest property tax rates in DFW. They don't build a ton of neighborhoods with lots of muds and PIDs. The trade-off is you're going to have a little bit higher price. So just kind of a checks and balances, just depends on which way you want to go. There are some neighborhoods that do have those PIDs, but even with them, you're looking at like a 2% tax rate versus like a 2.5% tax rate, which saves you a ton on, on your monthly mortgage payment. So if I was looking in Rockwall, I would need you to understand, hey, you've got like everything, like you don't have to like, you could just like similar to like what we talked about earlier, like not crossing 380, you could not cross that and you could be okay. Like you've got Costco, you've got Target, you've got shopping. You could like, if you've worked and lived out this way, you would never have to cross it. You could, if you needed to, get into downtown, you could get, so like you can get on George Bush and get north if that's a priority, or if you need to get across town, you can. I wouldn't, like, you don't have to. But if I was gonna look in Rockwall, I would consider, there's a neighborhood down here, there's a neighborhood here, and there's a neighborhood right there. There's three that I would consider. One of them being Sonoma Verde with Highland. These lots, check these out. These are, this neighborhood is, so this has got some 70-foot lots. And again, if we didn't see any 70s up north, and if we did, they started over 1 million. 70-foot lots, tree-lined, green space, 650, 705, solid choices there. Also some 60 foot in a beautiful section that you could consider in that 500 to 600 range. I would look there. If you want a new neighborhood, I would look at the Homestead. This is a neighborhood that just launched. We previewed it on our channel. You can go find that video. 3 really good models, Dree, Shattuck, and Coventry. Nobody lives there yet, so you could get a really good deal there. We consider that. Homestead on the south side. The last one I would give you would be Terraces in Fate. Here's what I love about this. 62, 72, 82, 100-foot lots, David Weekley, Ann Perry, Rockwall ISD schools, and like a 1.57, 1.56, 1.65, 1 point something tax rate, which is unheard of. Like we don't see that a lot. So Rockwall would be, look at that preview of Terraces. There's your boy right there. It works. It's awesome. We keep telling you guys about this stuff. I I guess it works. That would be a consideration of mine. And if you're gonna go out that way and you're like, Zach, we want to be east, but we can't really afford Rockwall, Roy City would be on the last piece of my advice of, hey, somewhere to look. It's a growing area, some really affordable stuff in those $3 to $450 range. You could get a little bit more expensive if you wanted to. But these are kind of the conversations we're having every day, and now I'm just having them with you guys. Curious to know where you're looking, how we can help. If you're like, I don't even know where to start, I will show you. It was on our screen earlier, but I will show you again just to help you know where to go. You're gonna go and you're gonna type in Zach, ZAKSCHMIDT.com, and it's not ZACH, not ZACK. My mom wanted me just to have 3 letters, so it's ZAK. You're gonna type that in, and then you're gonna go to new construction, and you're gonna hit DFW's hottest deals, and is it ugly mug? You're gonna search here. Stay off Zillow, stay off Realtor, whatever. We built this directly for you to look at exclusively new construction deals, and I want it to be a resource. It's in the description, so you're like, I don't even know where to look. Look here, start right here, start there, and then we'll make something happen. If you have questions, we have contact information. I'm gonna do it like this, like Vanna White, and be like, ooh, contact information right there. Call us if you have questions. We would love to help you. If you disagree with me, I'd love to hear it. If you live in some of these areas, you're like, Zach, we love it. I'd love to hear it. If we missed something, you're like, why didn't you include this? We'd love to hear that too. That's perfect timing. Our dog's barking at the garage because the trash people are coming. Totally distracted train of thought. So I guess that's my cue. Gotta go. We'll see you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.